There's an exhaustion that sleep can't fix. You show up for work, you laugh at the right times, you say, "I'm good," when people ask. On the outside, everything looks fine. But at night, when it's just you and the silence, something feels off. Like the life you built somehow left you behind. It's not burnout, it's not depression, it's deeper. A quiet disconnection. A version of yourself you're performing, but not living. You keep moving, doing what you're supposed to do, providing, showing up. But inside, you're slowly fading. There's a weight no one sees, a silence you've learned to carry so well that even you forget it's there, until it grows too loud to ignore. You're tired. Not just physically, but soul tired. Tired of holding everything together. Tired of pretending this is enough. The routine becomes mechanical. Shower, coffee, work, scroll, sleep. Life turns into a checklist. And somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling alive. You wonder, quietly, secretly, is this all there is? It's not that you've lost faith. You still believe. But God feels distant, like your prayers don't land. Like heaven's quiet on purpose. The days go by, you function, but your heart hardens. Not out of rebellion, but out of survival. Every disappointment, every pressure, every letdown, it builds armor. And now, even when something good happens, you can't fully feel it. Or worse, you feel nothing at all. But here's the thing. Something inside still wants to come back. The truth is, no one ever taught you how to stop. You were trained to perform, solve, provide, endure. But no one told you how to just pause, to be still, to listen, not to the noise around you, but to the voice within, to what God's been whispering for years, but you've always been too busy to notice. That pause, 5 seconds, no phone, no performance, can change everything. Not because it gives you all the answers, but because it brings you back to now. And when you're fully present, things shift. The weight loosens, the fog lifts. Strength no longer comes from pressure. It comes from truth, from presence, from God. You don't need a big breakthrough. You don't need to fix your whole life. You just need to stop. 5 seconds, one breath, one small decision. Not to escape your life, but to return to it. To return to yourself. To return to the quiet place inside where God never stopped waiting. You're not broken. You're just tired. And the answer might not be more effort. It might be less. It might be stillness. There's a moment in every man's day when he feels it, but he just doesn't always name it. It might be in traffic, staring out the window, or after everyone goes to bed and the house finally goes quiet. That sense that something's missing, that life's moving fast, and somehow you're not really in it. You're reacting, performing, surviving, but you're not living. You're not leading with presence, not connecting with God in any real way, just floating, heavy but numb. And the hard truth is, you've gotten good at functioning without God. You still believe in Him. You'll even pray when things get rough. But on a normal day, you power through it on your own strength. You've learned how to handle pressure, silence your emotions, and keep the machine running. But underneath that control is fear. The fear that if you actually slow down, the truth might hit you. That you don't know how to walk with God anymore. Not in a way that changes your life. What blocks you isn't the lack of faith. It's pride. It's distraction. It's guilt you've never really faced. You carry stories inside that you haven't told anyone. Mistakes, regrets, patterns you swore you'd change. And because you've been the strong one for so long, you don't know how to let Christ carry what you've been dragging. You tell yourself it's not that bad, but that story in your head that says, "I'll figure it out eventually," that's the lie keeping you stuck. Jesus didn't say, "Come to me when you get your act together." He said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That's not poetry. That's permission to stop pretending, to stop trying to earn peace. He's not waiting for the church version of you. He wants the real version, the tired, honest one who doesn't need another sermon, just a way forward that's true. And this is where the 5 seconds matter, because the only way to change your life is to interrupt the pattern. Not tomorrow, not when things slow down, right in the middle of it. When you're about to snap at your wife, when you're about to scroll just to feel something, when you're about to go through the motions again. 5 seconds, one pause, one breath. God, I'm here. I don't know how to fix this, but I'm done running alone. That's the shift. Not a dramatic transformation, just one decision to stop reacting and start responding. To get honest, not loud. To show up, not perform. You don't have to understand everything. You just have to stop long enough to notice what's really driving you. the pressure, the shame, the fear of being exposed. That's where Christ meets you. Not when you're polished, but when you're present. You want a faith that works on Monday morning? This is it. 5 seconds to stop before the habit. 5 seconds to tell the truth instead of numbing out. 5 seconds to be a man, not a machine. It's not weakness, it's clarity. The world teaches us to power through, but Christ teaches us to pause, to return, to remember who we are when we're not pretending. That pause isn't small, it's warfare, and it changes what happens next. Sometimes change doesn't look like fireworks. The truth is, it looks like a man choosing not to yell back, like closing a browser tab, like putting the phone face down when your wife walks in. 5 seconds of clarity, 5 seconds of silence. That's where it begins. That's where something new can happen. You don't need to figure out your whole life. You don't need to have the plan. What you need is a way to stop running, even if it's just for 5 seconds. That pause is not weakness. It's a door to a different kind of strength, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything, the kind that listens before speaking. When you take that breath, you're not just calming down, you're inviting Christ into the room, into your thoughts, into your reactions. You're no longer alone in that moment. And when He is there, really there, your default setting can shift from defense to discernment, from pressure to presence. Here's what I learned to do. The 3 simple things that changed my game. First, catch the pattern. That little voice that always says, "You have to handle this now," or "You already failed." Name it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Second, speak the name of Jesus quietly, even in your mind. Not out of habit, out of honesty. Jesus, I'm here. Help me see. Third, do the opposite of what the old pattern demands. If it tells you to rush, slow down. If it tells you to withdraw, stay in the room. I'll be honest, I didn't learn this in church. I learned it in my truck, parked outside my house, trying to figure out how to be a man my family could trust. I didn't want to pretend I was strong. I wanted to become someone who didn't need pretending anymore. That began with a pause, a real pause, and the willingness to let God meet me in it. You don't need to impress God, you just need to let Him in. And that happens when you stop trying to fix everything on your own. Your strength is not in how much you control, it's in who you're willing to follow, moment by moment. Christ doesn't push, He invites, and He walks right beside you if you let Him. Don't wait for the right season. Don't wait to feel ready. Start noticing your own thresholds, that split second between what you feel and what you do. That's where your life is being shaped. Not in the big events, but in the small, invisible choices you keep repeating. And those can change. They really can. So take this with you. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to stop abandoning who you really are. The man God already sees. The one who doesn't need to perform. The one who just needs to come back to awareness, to presence, to Christ. If this landed in you somewhere, if you felt seen, steady, or even just a little clearer, I hope you'll stay close. This space isn't for perfection. It's for men who are tired of walking alone. Men who want a faith that actually shows up on Monday. So if that's you, I want you to know you're not alone anymore. May God bless you deeply, and may you walk awake, with Christ at the center.